Hey, seventh graders. This is our third lesson for week 12. And in our textbook, we're on page 323 and also page 339 to 340. And we're in topic 7, lesson 1. Let's start off with a little mini quiz. A group of the same species living together at the same time is called an organism, B, a population, C, a community, or D, an ecosystem. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to eliminate some answers. I'm going to get rid of organism because if I say the word organism, I'm talking about something singular. So just one animal, one species, one plant. And the question says species, plural, so it's not going to be organism. I'm also going to eliminate ecosystem because an ecosystem is the living and non-living things in an area, and the question didn't say anything about non-living things. All right, so the correct answer is B, population. Remember, a community is groups of populations living together. A population is the same species living together at the same time. All right, so the goal of today is to review ocean uses and human population. So I will read slower and pause. You try to answer before I say the answer. So I'll read a statement. If there's ... it means I'd like you to try to finish the sentence on your own. If you can't finish the sentence on your own, then maybe you need to go back to lesson 1 and lesson 2 and watch those lessons over again, or perhaps read the textbook pages. And if it's not exactly the same words as what I say, don't worry about it as long as it's same information. So if I use a different word and you use a different word, as long as it has the same meaning. All right, so first we're going to review using the ocean as a resource. Humans use the ocean as a food resource. There are some problems with using the ocean as a food source. When humans take too many fish out faster than it can reproduce, it is called... So when humans take too many fish out of the ocean faster than they can reproduce, it is called overfishing. If fish can't reproduce, the number of fish will... What do you think? Is the number going to increase, decrease, or stay the same? If it can't reproduce, if it can't make more babies for the next generation. So if they can't reproduce, the number of fish will decrease and the population may also decrease. Sometimes other ocean animals get caught in fishing nets and die. This is called bycatch. So bycatch is all of the other ocean animals that accidentally get caught in the fishing net, but aren't necessarily the species being fished. So we've seen this picture 3 times now. It's a picture of shrimp bycatch, and as you can see, there's no shrimp there. It's just other ocean animals that accidentally got caught in the shrimp net. Humans are unable to drink salt water. Not going to happen. Drinking salt water causes water to move out of cells. This causes, remember, this is a healthy red blood cell. This is a red blood cell in salt water. So what happens? It can cause dehydration, or you could say it could cause water to move out of red blood cells. That's either way is going to cause dehydration. If humans could remove the salt, then we could use salt water for drinking. The process of removing salt and minerals from ocean water is called, remember, ocean water is salt water, so we want to get rid of salt water. A lot of times we use the prefix D, like in detox, to mean to remove chemicals or drugs. So like a combination of D and salt, we remember what that word is called? It's called desalination. Let's learn more about desalination. Desalination is the process of removing salt and minerals from ocean water. This is done in desalination plants, plant is another word for factory, around the world. Now, there's going to be some cons or negative of desalination. Can you remember what they are? I'll try to give you a hint. Here's the first hint. Okay, it is very expensive. Also, it takes a large amount of energy to run. And remember, if you're using a lot of energy, this can cause pollution. How are you doing so far? Are you able to answer the questions? Let's move into topic 7, which is population, specifically the human populations. But let's review population first. What is a population? A population is, can you tell me in your own words what a population is? It is the same species living in the same area. The amount of births a population has in a certain period of time is called, do you remember? The amount of births a population has in a certain period of time, that's the birth rate. The amount of deaths a population has in a certain period of time is called, well, if birth is called birth rate, then deaths must be called death rate. A population will remain stable when, okay, so what needs to happen for a population to look like this chart I just put up, where you have the number of species not really changing even though the years are increasing? Do you know what needs to happen? Something needs to be equal. You need your birth rate to equal death rate in order to have a stable population. So it'll stay at a stable number of species in the population even though the years are going on or forward. Let's talk more about the human population. 60,000 years ago, the human population was stable. So what does stable mean? The birth rate was pretty much equaling the death rate. 10,000 years ago, the human population started to, any guesses? Use this graph to help you. 10,000 years ago, the human population started to, well, it looks like that graph is increasing, so I'm going to say increase. All right, the reason for this increase, the reason the human population started to increase was because of advances in, so what are some things that changed that help humans live longer and make more babies? I'm going to give you some picture clues. Ready? Here's the first picture clue. I've got a scientist in the lab. Here's the second picture clue. It looks like I have some sort of steam-powered farming equipment. And the last picture clue is some factories. So the human population started to increase due to advances in medicine, farming, and technology. This all helped humans get their resources that they needed, get their resources faster, and live longer. And if you can live longer and you have more resources and you're healthier, you can make more babies. Okay, guys, I hope that you did well on this quiz. Again, if you are struggling, either watch the quiz again or maybe you need to go back and watch lesson 1 and lesson 2. Remember that tomorrow will be your Friday quiz, assuming that you're watching this on a Thursday. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. Anyways, let's end with a quiz. In 2017, the human population was 7.5 billion. True or false? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is true. That number is probably higher now. That's a lot of people. So as you can imagine, that's a lot of people using resources. So we're going to have some issues in the future. All right, guys, that's it for now, and I will see you back here tomorrow.